What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Beyond the Bench podcast. Today we're going to do our week 11 recap, week 12
Week 11 recap.
preview. The season's going by so fast.
I know, it's been ridiculous.
Um,
Only 3 more weeks of the playoffs, folks. So, things are starting to heat up.
And the crazy part, I've never seen this before.
No.
And I was talking about it with Charlie in the car when we went to get dinner. And I was telling him, we were like, our league that we're in is so even.
Ridiculously even.
Of the 10 teams in the league, not one person has their own record. Someone is tied with another person. It's 2-8-3, which is Ronan and Landon. Colin and I are 6-5. You, Nicola, and Matt are 5-6, and Aiden, Brendan, and Kuda are 4-7.
4-7.
Anybody can make the playoffs.
Anybody can make playoffs. And I just want to, just so everybody understands where I'm coming from, Christian, do you mind if I read off my team real quick?
Yeah.
So, Dak Prescott starting at quarterback for me, everybody. I have Jonathan Taylor, Quinshon Judkins as my RBs. Then my wide receiver core is CeeDee Lamb, Emeka Egbuka, Khalil Shakir, A.J. Brown, and Ladd McConkey. And I have Tyler Warren at tight end. Tell me how, in any situation, that team goes 5-6.
Tell me why.
It's ridiculous.
Well, your games with Colin don't count. Those are
they do count. They do.
Well, but towards
the record.
Yes, but somebody it's never gonna not gonna be close. And I was telling you today, if the playoffs started today,
I know, it's
that's
ridiculous.
your first round matchup.
And I'm gonna lose.
And
I'm going to leave first round of the playoffs again for the third straight year.
You guys somehow play in the first round every single
freaking year. Every single year.
Every year. It's insane.
I can't, Christian. I can't.
I don't know how you do it.
Today, I just want to let everybody know, my schedule for school and everything has been packed. This is the first Sunday, Christian, since I'm not even joking, since August, where I can sit down and not have to worry about anything and watch the games. If I fucking lose this week, Christian's doing the podcast alone. That will be 5 straight losses for my team. You're doing the podcast alone.
Well, the good news about that is I won't do it alone because we're all going to be home. I'll just come knock on your door.
Oh, he's going to raid my house.
That'll be a fun podcast episode.
Yeah.
Let's raid Nick's house.
The intro is just you knocking down my door.
Your dad opens. What's going on? I just push past him, go up to your room.
Not now, Polly P.
No, not now.
We can start off with waiver wire though. You mentioned before we started recording you have a little bit of a nice one. Who is that?
Yeah, so nobody's really talking about this.
Okay.
It was his first game of the season this past week. I don't even know if he played in the NFL last year.
The Bills guy? The Bills wide receiver?
No, Isaiah Hodgins. He's on the Giants.
Oh, yes.
Isaiah Hodgins.
Yes.
He's rostered in 0.1% of leagues.
Nice.
He was, I believe, 5 for 6. He's had 5 catches on 6 targets, 57 yards. He already has the same amount of catches and more receiving yards than Jalen Hyatt does this year in one game. And whether it's Dart or whether it's Jameis or whether it's Russ, they're going to be looking for him.
But why? You know this better than I do, but why is this his first game? Was he injured or something, or they just elevated him?
No, they didn't even elevate. He wasn't even on the practice squad. They signed him this past week. He was on the Giants the year they made the playoffs, 2022.
Where was he last year?
Nowhere. Nobody wanted him.
He was a free agent?
I think. He probably signed on some...
I've heard the name before. It kind of...
He might have been on some practice squads or something. Well, you've heard the name because when the Giants made the playoffs in 2022, he was probably their best receiver that they had.
Right.
And, wait. 2 years ago, or freshman year, he was on the team, and he, for some reason, only played well when Tommy DeVito was the quarterback.
Oh, yes. But that was a crazy time to be alive.
Yeah, but he played so well this week. He got the targets.
How many points did he have?
And 10.7. He has 5 catches.
See, and that's good though. And that's what I like highlighting about waiver wire picks is because obviously you're going to get the big ones if an injury or a big game happens. But what I love when I do research for this podcast, when I do research for fantasy football, what I love doing is seeing guys who their role is increasing, but the box score doesn't show it, so people necessarily won't pick them up.
Yep. Yeah.
That's what I love, and
This is
I have a guy like that on mine. But
this is my favorite pickup of the week. Especially, I'm gonna need him. I have my two flexes this week are DJ Moore and Tez Johnson.
and we're playing each other, so
Yeah, and I have Marvin Harrison Jr. questionable. I-
I don't think he's gonna play. He literally got surgery last week. I don't think he's playing.
Then I'm screwed. Like then I'm gonna have to start Devin Singletary and Nick Chubb.
There's a chance that he plays, but
Right.
everybody's saying that he's probably gonna be out.
Yeah, so then my wide receivers are gonna be JSN and probably Isaiah Hodgins if nobody else picks him up in our league.
The
Because I'm
Giants
pretty low.
play.
Lions, who don't have a very good secondary,
Which
and
could
he
be good.
played well. He played well against the Packers, who do have a good secondary.
Right.
So,
And I also
obviously-
think that Dart is not one of those quarterbacks, especially since he's a rookie, that will only throw to one person. He's going to throw to who's ever open.
and the Giants don't. It's Wan'Dale Robinson. It's
Right.
not like
He
he's gonna be
doesn't have
throwing to
much
Jamar
competition there.
Chase.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
That's a very good pick. I do like that. Going off the same similar route, guys who kind of fly under the radar. We've talked about him on this show before, but Luther Burden on the Bears.
Yep.
Only rostered in a little bit less than 6% of leagues. His role increased, like I said before. His role increased with heavily increased actually, but
Mhm.
didn't have the box score for it.
Right.
He ran routes on 61% of dropbacks that Caleb Williams had, which is
Mhm.
I think like a 20% or 15% increase from his other games.
Right.
He only played 6 fewer snaps than Odunze and got 1 less target. So he had a 23% target share, that's solid for I would say. Honestly, the reason why I'm saying all this is because he beat out Olamide Zaccheaus as the slot wide receiver. So now he's getting those slot roles, that slot, those targets. And in a PPR league, those slot guys, look at Ladd McConkey, those guys are extremely valuable.
Wan'Dale Robinson.
Right. If they get receptions, and if they get yards after catch, that's a automatic flex spot right there. So
And I was just say the Bears play the worst pass defense in the league in the Steelers this week. So,
which is ridiculous that the Steelers have the highest paid defense, and they're one of the worst in the league. But that's beside the point.
yeah.
But yeah, I think that targeting guys like that is great because, especially if you're like me and Christian, can you explain this? How am I? Oh, I'm 6 in the waiver wire. I looked. I've been like 8 to 10 in the waiver wire order, but I've lost 4 weeks in a row. How the hell is that possible?
Based on standings.
Oh.
Like, I'm 3rd in the league. I have the 3rd lowest. So, I think Kuda is top of the waiver wire because he's last.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
So,
Gotcha.
that's why.
Yeah.
But,
for someone like me who has a late waiver wire pick, those stashes, especially come playoff time, because we see a lot of times where there's guys that, especially after the trade deadline closes, I know a lot of trade deadlines closed last week, ours closes in next week. So there's a lot of guys that may be potentially league winners for very, very cheap if you just look a little bit deeper into the stats.
Yeah. I 100% agree. So I've noticed this just now. All 3 of my waiver wire guys this week are wide receivers. It's a very wide receiver heavy week, I guess, which is a good thing because when you look at the buys,
I'm surprised you don't have the one that I have, but
I didn't put I didn't put him for a reason.
Are you talking? Do you know who I'm talking about?
The Packers running back. I can't remember his name.
No.
Oh, then no. Then I have no idea.
Emmanuel Wilson, but no. And Josh Jacobs is probably going to play anyway this week. So.
Yeah, that's why I didn't put him. But so I guess putting a lot of wide receivers is good because the buys this week are very wide receiver heavy.
Ladd McConkey,
Debo, all 3 Chargers wide receivers.
Yeah.
Waddle, Debo, Terry, Troy Franklin, Cortland Sutton. It's a lot of wide receivers on bye this week that are starters in most leagues. So, I'm going to talk about. We'll go with Darnell Mooney first. Because so both of my last two are kind of here for the same reason. But Darnell Mooney, Drake London's out this week. He's played well with Kirk Cousins before, and even looking forward to when Drake London comes back. For some reason, Kirk Cousins hates throwing to Drake London. It makes no sense, but Drake London is awful with Kirk Cousins. And if you remember early last year, Darnell Mooney was one of the best wide receivers in the league, fantasy-wise.
I kept trying to trade.
And I
for him.
think
he was like wide receiver 5 at one point.
And I think that trend is going to continue. He's only rostered in 37% of leagues, and with Kirk Cousins starting potentially the rest of the season.
Wait, hold
he's
on.
Definitely,
what happened to Penix?
He hurt his knee. He's on the IR. They said that.
Oh, I didn't see that they put him on IR.
Yeah, he's going to be. So obviously that's at least 4 weeks, and they said that like there's a good chance he's going to be out for the season. So obviously that drops Drake London's stock and raises Darnell Mooney's stock a lot.
Huge for Ronan's team because he is Drake London.
Yeah, but knowing him, he'll find a way to get Darnell Mooney off the waivers. Yeah. But he's only rostered in 37% of leagues. For a guy that has top with Kirk Cousins and no Drake London, a very high upside, higher than most people think he does. And I think that is a good, probably the best waiver wire pickup of the week, in my opinion.
I agree, especially if you need a pickup and play. Like that's massive.
Like me, I'm probably gonna try and get him too.
This guy is not my guy. Is not that person. He's on the Commanders, so you can afford to wait until next week. But if people in your league, if this is like a really, really competitive league, then they might pick him up this week. I doubt they will since he's just on bye. But that's Chris Rodriguez Jr. Only rostered in 6.7% of leagues. He's started the last 2 games. Shut up, Christian. he's I can't believe you just did that. I
had to.
He's rostered in 6.7% of leagues. Thank you. He started the last 2 games. He's outsnapped Bill and outcarried Bill the last 2 weeks. So he had 30 snaps.
The Bill experiment is over.
No, the Bill experiment is 100% over. You should have traded him to Kuda when you had the chance. Kuda was like a Bill Glazer beginning of the season. And I told you to. I did tell you to.
I still got Waddle.
Yeah, sure.
So.
What was I saying? Chris Rodriguez Jr. had 30 snaps and 15 carries this week. He averaged 5.3 yards per carry, where Bill only averaged, I think, somewhere around 3.
Not a lot, I can tell you that.
So, yes, he's on bye. Yes, you don't have to pick him up this week. It's definitely a waiver wire pick for next week as well, but it's a very, very good stash to have, especially if you're very shallow on the running back position.
So, my last guy is going to be Andre Iosivas.
Oh, yes.
Only rostered in 0.6% of leagues.
The man who pops off twice a year.
Yeah, with whenever Jamar Chase doesn't play. It happens every year. Jamar Chase is suspended.
He always ends up dropping like 25 points every single time.
Yeah. And T. Higgins is going to be covered by at least Christian Gonzalez. They might even put him under double coverage, which leaves Iosivas
I don't
open.
think they will if they're putting Christian Gonzalez on him.
Christian Gonzalez got torched by Drake London, so who knows?
Yeah, true.
But Iosivas is their slot guy anyway, so he generally gets a lot of targets, good amount of catches. Not enough generally to start, but now with Jamar Chase out for spitting on Jalen Ramsey, he's definitely a guy that you might.
Which was so crazy. There's literally photo evidence, and he's like, "Nah, I didn't do that.
I didn't even open my mouth.
Like, okay, buddy.
That was so stupid. But yeah, so.
Typical Jamar Chase and Jalen Ramsey beef.
Like even Jalen Carter, when he spit on Dak and got suspended, he was like, "Yeah, that's my bad. I spit on him." Blah blah blah. Now Jamar Chase is just straight up lying.
That was the first game of the season, right?
Yeah.
That was. I remember watching that. That was so crazy.
Like, does Jamar Chase think he actually didn't spit on him? Like what? What? I don't even know.
I have no idea. I genuinely have no,
that-
like how like if I they were like this close from each other. How are you not like?
and it was like a big like.
It was a glob, bro. That was
yeah,
like a.
like it was
It was
insane.
you know it was.
It
you
wasn't
know,
like a little spittle there.
It was like a
it was
hoagie, bro.
yeah. No, that was insane. But yeah, Iosivas, I think, is gonna have a
Did
very
he
good week
play
this
the rest
week.
of the game or no?
Yeah, because Jalen Ramsey punched him.
Yeah.
They only took out Jalen
Jalen
Ramsey.
Ramsey is probably my least favorite player in the NFL.
He's up there. That still goes to Saquon for me. But
No.
and if you remember, I just want to point this out. I was thinking about this the other day. If you remember in our running back video, I said Saquon was not going to have a good year, and look where we are now. Now, granted, I thought he was gonna...
going back, I think we actually did call like a lot of the. We predicted a lot of stuff correctly.
Yeah, I did say that Saquon was going to get hurt and not just play bad, but you know, I didn't want it to happen, but
we do not condone injuries here on Beyond the Bench.
I don't wish for them.
all right. Moving on. Do you have anybody else for waiver wire?
No, I'm good. No, okay. I got buys now.
All right,
I got 3.
So do I. You're gonna call me crazy, and you're gonna say nobody's gonna do this, but
Probably.
I have to, Christian. It's just part of my nature. I have to rage bait you. At least
you should see some of our text conversations. Like the text conversations between us, Nick and I, are.
It's either one rage baiting the other. It's usually me rage baiting Christian.
No, I think you're serious in most of the things that you say to me.
No, I am serious, but I mean like it's rage inducing. Rage inducing.
Oh yes, correct.
Rage inducing. Well, yes. Okay, and you can't blame me. I've lost 4 weeks in a row with the fucking super team that I have. You would be raging too. You would be 100% raging.
Yeah, but let's hear what you have to say. Let's hear what you have, and I'll see.
Drake May is on my buy low.
Low?
Buy low. But
yeah,
hold
sure.
on.
Let's buy the MVP favorite. Sure.
Can I explain before you always shut me down?
I guess.
You're not going to notice this, and I know you're not going to notice this because you don't do your research correctly. He hasn't had a game above 19 points in 3 weeks.
19 points is serviceable for a quarterback.
Above 19 points.
Yeah.
People who have Drake May are expecting him to drop at least 20 to 25 a week, just because of how he's playing.
That's why I have Jackson Dart, the real MVP favorite.
The real MVP favorite. No, he has a very, very easy schedule. If someone's getting a little bit frustrated with Drake May's performance, and he had 15 points this week. Someone in the world is definitely looking at Drake May right now and being, I need a different quarterback. And if that is a person in your league, go and get him. I don't see why not.
Obviously, that's not happening in our league.
No, because the guy that has Drake May is the biggest Patriot glazer of all time.
As we spoke about with my friend Matt 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
All he sends is Drake May propaganda. All Matt shows me is Drake May propaganda.
Wait, Matt is also a Patriots fan? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
But Ronan also has Brock Purdy and Jalen Hurts. He's just hoarding quarterbacks on his team.
Wait, he has Brock too? I didn't even know that.
Yes, he's just been sitting on his IR all season.
What the hell, man?
He's tried to trade me Brock Purdy and or Jalen Hurts at least 5 times this year.
Some of the trades that he sends for quarterbacks is just so funny. He offered me, which in hindsight I probably should have done, but he offered me Jalen Hurts and RJ Harvey for Rome Odunze. I definitely should have done that.
Yeah, probably.
If I was going to sell Odunze anyway, and J.K. Dobbins got hurt and I needed a quarterback, like...
Yeah. But no, I'm going to confront Ronan about it when I see him this weekend. But what the hell is it with you in these trades?
Oh, right, you're seeing him this weekend.
I'm going up to B-Town.
Going up to B-Town.
Yeah.
Who you got for buy low?
Actually, someone you just mentioned, RJ Harvey. He
didn't look great.
Obviously, he had an uptick in carries. Who did they? I think they played a tough team, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Okay. So that's fair. A rookie playing against the Chiefs. Chris Jones had an incredible game.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was just a down week. It's his first week as the full-time starter. It's going to take some time to adjust.
He's
The
also
Broncos
a rookie.
are
I mean, like,
Yeah, the Broncos are one of the best teams in the NFL right now.
okay, here's my take on this. They're not.
No, I don't think
they're
no,
not.
that's not what I mean. I mean record-wise. I don't think
okay,
they are
yeah.
either. I just meant strictly based on record. I completely agree with you. The Broncos are frauds.
They are first-round exits.
Yeah. They are fraudulent.
They
Speaking of
can't score
fraudulent,
more than 20 points in a game.
speaking
25
of
minutes.
fraudulent,
What?
let's see if you can figure this out, unless you already know, like you've looked at it. Who has the 3rd seed in the NFC currently?
The Bears.
Yes. What the hell is that about?
Yeah. Bro, they're 7-3. The Ben Johnson effect is real.
They're
Christian.
not even good. They're not even good.
No, hold on. NFC, we're going Super Bowl, Denver versus the Bears, which I know will not happen this year. Who's winning that? The Bears. The way that they can, hold on,
Yeah.
just because they don't win pretty, but it's a very, very rare team effect that a team can be down basically the entire game and still grind out wins. Like it's impressive. The Giants
doesn't
would
count.
also probably be.
No, the Giants don't count. The Bears win against the Giants doesn't count. That's Shane Bowen. The Bears didn't do anything that. Like that's it. That was the Shane Bowen effect, not anything that had nothing to do with the Bears. That was the Shane Bowen / Brian Daboll effect.
I literally
It happened again this week. They looked like they were gonna win.
I know. Christian, we've been ahead in the fourth quarter like 4 times.
I hate Shane Bowen so much.
I know. We need a clean house.
Yeah.
How did we get to the Bears? Oh, you're talking about RJ Harvey and then random.
Why? How did we? Oh, because I said who's the 3rd seed? Because they were the first in that division. That's nuts.
In that division,
the Lions are 6-4. The Packers are 6-3-1. Who God knows what the Vikings are. Maybe 4-6.
I don't even my boy number 9, bro. My boy 9. Have you seen that?
I hate him. 4-6. I was right.
Wait,
I was right.
But have you seen the 9 meme? He's like, I turned into 9, bro.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
How are the Bears the first in that division right now?
I don't know, Christian. I don't know.
And the Giants have the 2nd overall pick. I was saying this actually to Charlie the other day. It would be such a Giants thing to do to, after 10 years of pain and despair, trying to get the number 1 overall pick to draft a good quarterback. The second we have a good quarterback, we're going to get the number 1 pick for the first time ever.
Wait, hold on. We've never had a number 1 overall pick.
Maybe in like 1964, I think. I don't like since like the current draft.
Yeah. I thought maybe all time. I don't know.
Let me look now. I want to fact check. I believe it's.
I was gonna say there's no way that we've never had the 1st overall. Dude, we're just historically that good of a team. What can I say?
No, we have a lot of top 5.
What?
We have a lot of top 5 picks. Philip Rivers
Google
was
have
4.
the Giants ever had
Yeah, I did, and it didn't give me a good answer.
Giants ever had
Because now it's going to give you the
first
San
overall.
Francisco Giants.
1951 and 1965.
Yeah, that was like before the actual draft. That's like a weird version of the draft.
Tucker Frederickson from Auburn in 1965.
Yeah. So
anyway,
we haven't had a pick since Big Tuck.
Yeah.
So
since Big Tuck.
The Giants, of all of the teams in the top 5, I guess the Jets are one of 2 teams that average more than 20 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the Giants at 21.6 and the Jets at 20.9.
Which is just ridiculous. New York teams are cursed.
How about this? Of the teams in the top 5, of the teams in the top 10, the Giants average the most yards per game, 333. They're the only team in the top 5 over 300. Somehow but they give up the most points per game.
It's
The Bengals in the top 10, the Bengals are the only team that allow more points than the Giants.
it's ridiculous.
The Titans allow less than
If we
the
had
Titans.
even a mediocre defense this year.
That's the thing that like really annoys me. We have a really good defense. We just
No,
have
we
a
have
clown.
a very
No.
good we have a very good line. We do not have a very good secondary.
Yes, they do. They're just all hurt. And we
Okay,
also
but
have
a part of a good team is you need good backups.
we have a clown calling the plays too.
Well,
that's
that's very true.
But like healthy. Paulson Adebo's great. Cordell Flott's great. Deontay Banks need to be sent to the moon. Even Drew Phillips isn't bad. Tyler Nubin's really bad.
Tyler
Javon Holland
Newman
was
is horrible, dude. Stop.
Javon Holland was a great ad,
Mm-hmm.
but he's hurt. It's just,
It's all injuries.
and it's the MetLife. It's the turf.
The
It's
turf.
the turf. Did I tell you? I don't think I did. And I know the podcast does know. Landon had like the thing with Fox. He was on the field before the game, right? He said it's the
Which is so
hardest,
cool.
the hardest turf he's ever felt in his life.
I don't understand how that's legal. That should not be legal.
It makes no sense.
I hope
Hardest turf
because they're
ever.
going to need to change it to grass for the World Cup. I hope they keep it grass.
No, they said they're not.
They're gonna.
Why?
They're
Like,
gonna.
what's? Yes,
What?
they're bringing it and taking it out. Like,
That's
what the
so
hell is
dumb.
the point of that?
That's so dumb. That is literally so dumb. There has to be a lawsuit. Someone has to do a lawsuit.
I'll
That's
sue.
That's the only way that's gonna get fixed is a lawsuit.
I'll sue them. They've caused me emotional trauma.
Moving on back to the podcast.
Oh my god, we've only done one buy.
We're 26 minutes in, 27 minutes in.
Oh lord.
My next buy is again another guy that Christian's not gonna agree with.
Oh god.
Rashee Rice.
Who's gonna trade him?
Someone who's frustrated with his only one subpar game. Dude, he didn't have that good of a game this week.
How many points did he have?
I think like 10 maybe.
Are you
Hold
fucking kidding me right now?
Hold on. Hold on.
Are you like
Okay.
you gotta this has gotta be some sort
No,
of rage bait.
9.8. Ha, he was under 10. If this stat line is so funny. 9 targets he had. So if
I don't know about you at your
But I'm
school, but
feeling
here we
22?
round up.
Oh.
We round up here. That's 10 points.
Yeah, so not this will happen, but again, Christian, trades are so subjective. If you're landing and if you're an 8-3 and you have depth to trade, then you can afford that. You can afford that discrepancy. If someone's asking for a lot, then you get a wide receiver 1, you can give a lot.
I've been telling you to trade AJ Brown for him, and I'll get to that later. But AJ Brown, like,
but Aiden, I said that to Aiden. Aiden does not want to go anywhere near AJ Brown with a 10-foot pole. So
I don't blame him.
yeah. Who's your buy low?
So my next one is Jordan Addison,
Oh, okay.
who
That's odd.
why? What makes him odd?
Number 9
Let's hear it.
is quarterback.
Well, yeah, that's the main issue there. But you know what?
And that's why he's buy low.
Okay, but if you so here's the thing that I've realized with what's his name? JJ McCarthy.
JJ McCarthy.
He loves throwing to Jordan Addison. He just
If
loves
the ball
throwing
can
it.
get there.
If they can get there, they usually go soaring over his head.
Well, that's what I
that's the
mean.
issue.
If it's accurate.
Like, okay. Do you know generally? All right, I'm just gonna have you guess this.
Okay.
His reception to target ratio in the 2
With
games
JJ
since JJ McCarthy came back, it's been 2 games. How many
Probably
receptions? How many targets?
like 3 to 8.
5 to 18.
Holy! Oh! I did average like per game.
Oh, so
Kind of.
still no. Like
Well-
kind of. He He had three receptions on 11 targets in the first game, and he was
11?
Yeah, and then-
11 targets.
and then 2 for 7 this past week.
What
but he had a
are the
touchdown.
other 7 targets doing?
Probably going over his head.
Oh my god. This is what happens when you draft a quarterback that literally threw 10 passes in the national championship.
Yeah. But you know what? If Jordan Addison can, I don't know, or JJ McCarthy can like just use a little less power, Jordan Addison will be a great fantasy wide receiver.
Oh yeah.
Great.
My next guy is someone that I literally put on the list as we were pressing record. That's Sean Tucker. He went nuclear this week for no freaking reason, and that lost me on my week because I have Rachaad White. But regardless, Bucky may play this week. Again, they've been saying that all season, so take that with a grain of salt. But I don't think Sean Tucker's going to be startable rest of the season anyway. So if somebody's interested in his value, you can get him at a premier value. You know, you can get him for like a wide receiver 2 or a wide running back 2. Like that's how much value he has right now. Because honestly, and some of it's an echo chamber. I'm going to be honest, some of it's an echo chamber. He had one really, really good game against one of the worst rushing defenses in the NFL.
So are you saying to buy him or sell him?
Oh, that's in my sell. I'm looking at the wrong.
Nice.
So we're looking at that is to sell.
Nice.
That is to sell. Whoopsies. So my third buy is Jacory Brissett.
Nice. That real smooth.
Thanks. I mean, that saves us time later. We don't have to talk about Sean Tucker anymore.
I actually have one more thing to say about Sean Tucker. He's not even on my list, but I was just gonna say he caused a lot of people a lot of pain and suffering this week. Like
Me?
Matt. Well, yeah, you, but no, Matt's worse than you.
Why?
Matt was the team he was playing this week is the team with Jonathan Taylor. And he was like, oh, thank God, Jonathan Taylor's not playing.
Just to get him with a Sean Tucker 30 bomb.
Yes. That is exactly what happened. And he was so pissed. The team he was playing wasn't even that good. Like, Jonathan Taylor was this guy's whole team. It was really funny. Yeah, so Sean Tucker caused
Dude,
a lot of people a lot of pain and suffering.
I would just start crying. I'm like, thank God JT is out. You look at the fantasy app, Sean Tucker has 34 points. I would just start crying.
Yeah, so that happened.
I low-key fucked up Matt today. Yesterday, Sunday. I felt bad. He said, do I start Charbonnet, Sean Tucker, or Pearsall? And I said, definitely not Charbonnet. But I don't know if I'd start Tucker, because I still thought that Rachaad White was going to be the RB1.
Right.
I said I said you can do either, but I'd probably start Pearsall, and Pearsall dropped a 1 point for him.
I also probably would have started Pearsall, so that's not even like I bet on Pearsall actually this week.
Well, that bet
I had a crazy wait till you hear about this bet. This podcast is going everywhere this week. But you know what? No guest. We had to make it interesting somehow. I made for the 4:00 games. There were 4 games. I made a 9-leg touchdown bet. I put $1 on it, and Charlie put $1 on it. It was $1 or $2 for like almost 5,000.
God damn.
So it
wait,
was.
Hold on. I can guess. Did every single leg hit except this Ricky Pearsall one?
Oh, okay. I wish.
Oh, okay.
I made a UFC bet with 14 fights, and I missed by 2.
Okay.
But no. So there's this. We made this bet. And it was 1 player from every team, so 8 teams, and Christian McCaffrey, because he was going to score no matter what. So we get ready. We're like, oh, let's go. All right, we're going to win this bet. Within the first 10 minutes of the 4:00 game starting, we had 3 touchdowns. And we're like, oh, my God, we're actually going to win this bet. It was McCaffrey, Bam Knight, and Kyren Williams were the 3 that scored like immediately. And we're like, oh, my God, we're going to win this. We did not get another touchdown until Mark Andrews ran the ball at the end of the 4th quarter. That's
actually hilarious.
So it was those 4, Ricky Pearsall, JSN, RJ Harvey, Rashee Rice.
Oh, you did every team, not every game.
Yeah, every team.
Oh, every
One
team,
player from
okay.
every team. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, hey, three
And
out of what,
four.
6?
4 out of 9. 4 out of 9.
9? Okay.
But we had 3 immediately, and like we were like, oh my god, there's like a chance that this is actually gonna happen.
That's actually mad funny. I'm done with my buys after my Jacory Brissett, but actually, just one thing about Jacory Brissett. He's been one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Do you want to know how many, what percent he's rostered in?
What?
23.
That's
He's been averaging 20 points a game since he started with the Cardinals, and he's only rostered in 23% of leagues. I found that ridiculous.
I mean, shit. We saw what happened. Was it Michael Wilson this
Michael
week
Wilson,
that had like an insane game?
Well, Jacory Brissett set the all-time record for completions in a game.
That was so funny. I was like, what the hell was he doing? Because we weren't watching that game. I was like, what is going on? But honestly, I think I might pick up Michael Wilson this week if Marv ends up being out, just to save myself a little bit at least.
A little bit.
My
Who
last
you got for
buy,
the
I
Sills?
got.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I got one more buy. Hey, slow it down.
I'm sorry.
And this
Gotta
Chris
savor
Olave.
it.
We're
Okay.
kind of talking about. We were talking about him before, me and you when we were texting. Chris Olave is a very good buy just because he had like not a down week this past week, or 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks
And
ago,
then they had
'cause
a
were on
bye.
Yeah.
And then they had a buy. So people kind of just threw that out of the, like, just whatever. He's like, okay. Take advantage of that. People like kind of disregarding him because he has been one of the most consistent wide receivers I've seen in fantasy as a whole in a long time. He will never get you more, or he'll very rarely get you more than like 15, but he'll almost never get you less than 14. Like he is always dead in the middle.
I would say more than 20. I would say he was to get like 14 to 20 points, but
like that's the thing. He only has 2 games this year above 20.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like he's always going to be in that range.
He has a high ceiling, yes.
Yeah.
But like he's like
high ceiling and low floor high floor is literally the recipe to win a championship.
He's averaging 6.6 yards per catch. He has, how many games has he played? 10. He's averaging 6 catches a game, 64 yards or 66.4 yards per game. And that's just me doing quick math in my head. I'm pretty sure I'm right on that though. It's easy math. He's just looked pretty good. He's averaging 15 fantasy points per game. That is about as mediocre as you can get for a wide receiver. But he does it so often that he's the wide receiver 12 in fantasy. Like,
which is crazy.
I have heard nobody talk about him because of how bad the Saints have been this year. And coming off of how good Tyler Shuck played this past week.
Which, ridiculous.
Almost 300 yards.
I know.
It was insane. But no, Chris Olave is, I think, a very good buy because people are not talking about him. He's very quiet.
I agree.
Now we can go to sales. And you already talked about your guy, Sean Tucker.
Yeah. The other guy I have is Javonte Williams. He's been everything that drafters have hoped and dreamed he would be. He's finally looked like the old Javonte Williams post surgery, which good for him, thank God. But I think it's time to let loose. He is the 5th hardest schedule amongst all running backs rest of the season, and if you're making a playoff push, that is not something that you want in your team. So sell him. He's probably at his highest value that he will be. You can get very, very good value for him. He right now he is, I would say in a lot of people's eyes, he is listed as an RB1. So you can get RB1 value for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Sticking with my Saints theme here for my sell, I'm gonna go Alvin Kamara because kind of the opposite of Chris Olave. He had a relatively good week going into the bye. I think he had 15 or 16 fantasy points.
14.
And going into the bye, he might be able to get a little more value out of him because, it's like new quarterback, you don't really know how he's going to perform. But I think some people might take this as a sign as like, oh, he's just going to get better from here,
right.
Which I don't think is the case at all.
I do, and we'll
And
talk
yeah,
about that a little later. I don't think
okay,
he's going to be rest of the season just for this week, but we'll talk about that later.
okay, yeah, but I just you could. There's still name value in Alvin Kamara. Maybe not as much as obviously there used to be,
Hmm.
but it's definitely still worth a shot to
Yeah.
try to trade him.
My, I know people that traded for him, and that hasn't
Hmm.
been great for them. But
No.
there's always somebody that's looking, for that
Hmm.
2021 Christmas Eve game. So
Oh yeah.
everybody still remembers that. Um, my next guy or my last guy, since I already talked about Sean Tucker, is Tet McMillan. Um, I don't know why. Whenever Bryce Young plays the Atlanta Falcons, he literally turns into Tom Brady. Like it is the the craziest transformation I will ever see. It's literally
Yeah.
every single time. Like I swear to God, Bryce Young must have like generational hatred against the city of Atlanta. Like
There's got to be something.
there's got to be something historical or generational about his performance. He went nuclear this week. And I just don't think that that's going to be replicated throughout the entire season. Ted's been good. He's been consistent. But for where he was drafted, for where his hype was, not where you want. So if you want
I was
somebody,
sure. I know. I was excited for
yeah.
him this year.
So if you want somebody that there's people looking for him, and people are going to think he's going to get better, which he won't, because as we talked about last week, Carolina has probably the lowest passing stats in the entire NFL, which obviously affects him. So I would get rid of him when
Yeah.
he's at his high.
Um, the last guy I have here. I don't know if you're gonna like this, Nick. I talk about it probably every other week at this point. It's AJ Brown.
I'm
He's back.
trying. I'm trying.
I.
I'm trying.
It's only a matter of time before we see the next Harry Potter book on the sideline. He's probably almost finished with the first one.
He's probably almost there.
I don't know how fast he could read, but he's probably almost finished with that first one. So he's
Probably
due
almost
to
there.
get that second one started.
He
Um,
didn't even have a bad week though. He literally had a good he had what 10 targets, 11 targets. He had 11
yeah, but
targets.
he averaged less than 10 yards per catch, which
It's because he's Jalen Hurts just doesn't know how to throw the ball. It is literally so enraging watching the Philadelphia Eagles
oh no,
play.
I do not think it's his fault at all. I think when he's on the Patriots next year, he's gonna be one of the best wide receivers in the league.
When he's on the Patriots next year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He grew up a Patriots fan. He's always wanted to play for the Patriots. It's just I just feel it.
He's 28 right now, so he's still relatively young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's a free agent. I just think that he'll be on the Patriots by the time the next season starts.
Yeah. Yeah, it pisses me off. Do you have anybody else?
No, I do not.
So matchups, starting with Alvin Kamara. So this is I agree with you with the sell high. I will say hold off 1 week because they are playing Atlanta, who is ranked 29th against running backs in the entire league.
Mm-hmm.
If there is a game where Alvin Kamara will do well in, it's this one.
And Atlanta has such a bipolar defense. You
Yes.
never know how they're going to
You
play.
never know, and I would take advantage of that. If he doesn't do well, he doesn't do well. But in my eyes, benching. I don't know. Obviously, if you have insane depth, good for you. But
Mhm.
I don't know a player that you would rather put in for Alvin Kamara
Right.
this week. So, but I would say if he does well this week,
Right.
then sell him for next
Yeah.
week.
So I have three guys, but two of them are basically the same. So it's DJ Moore and Rome Odunze. The Steelers we talked about, the 32nd ranked pass defense in the league. They're I don't know how he's been playing the last couple games. I think Rome's due for a big game.
Yeah, he
DJ
had
Moore,
a decent game last week, but not
DJ Moore has been playing pretty well.
better.
Better. He's been playing better.
Mhm.
Some reason he's projected at 8 points in fantasy. I don't know why. He's only projected 8 points, but
Maybe
I don't.
because Luther Burden.
Maybe I'm probably still going to start him this week because I have to. But they're both very good picks because they're playing the Steelers, who have just looked awful on defense,
Yeah, no,
which is not that's very surprising for them.
Right. I mean, like we said earlier, the highest paid defense. I don't. There is no way in my mind where, at least going into the offseason, where you can continue to pay these guys
Right.
for what they're producing. They're just
Hmm.
not. So I think there's going to be a lot of trades in the offseason,
Yeah.
at least on the defensive side of the ball for the Steelers. But anyway, getting back to matchups. We spoke about the Giants a little earlier and their secondary. I'm going Jared Goff for my matchup, my quarterback matchup of the week. Giants are ranked 31st against quarterbacks this season. It's not looking good. The Lions are. I could see the Lions dropping 50 on us, and that's not an exaggeration. Like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
honestly, somehow the game will end 47-50. I
Yep.
So
The
sorry,
life of a
Jared Goff.
Giants fan.
The life of a Giants fan. It's brutal. It's just brutal. It's
Bad.
there's literally no way to describe it. It just and like, I mean, I can't speak to the Jets because I'm not a Jets fan, but having so much hope going into from the offseason to now is just it's demoralizing. It
I know
really
plenty of
is.
Jets fans. They gave up a long time ago. Like last night, I was in the city with my dad, my brother, one of my dad's friends. He was a Jets fan, and his son, who was obviously also a Jets fan. First of all the Jets fans hate Aaron Glenn.
Mhm.
They say that he is an asshole. Like he's too cocky for what they are. Like they're not a good team. He's just like he's a dick to the media. Like, he's not a good guy. It seems like based on what we see through the media. Obviously, we can't attest to how he is personally, but through the media, he's not seemed like a good guy.
Right.
But my dad's friend said never in my life have I had a team or have I given up on the team so fast in the season. He said like if they watched
Not
the
even when
games
they went 2
no, because
14 or whatever.
there was at least hope that Robert Saleh would do something with that team. He's like I've never given up on a coach this fast. Like maybe Adam Gase, but even then, I've never given up on a coach this fast, and he's going to be back next year. So what's the point of even having hope? And like that's crazy. Like how fast the Jets can make you give up on the team. The Giants are have the same record as the Jets. And I still think that they're going to make the playoffs. Like that's how I like
They're not, Christian. They're not, bro.
I know. But
They're not.
they could. That's the thing.
They could if they knew how to close out games.
But exactly. But the Jets don't even have a chance.
We would be like 5-6 or 6-5 right now if we could close out games.
Correct. But we can't.
But we can't. So
But at least I have hope for next year. Jets fans don't even have that.
True. Do you have any matchups? Other matchups?
Yeah, I do. I have Kenneth Walker against the Titans. Kenneth Walker had his best week of the season this week with Zach Charbonnet playing. I think he had 1 or 2 weeks better without Charbonnet, but this was the real test
he had his first touchdown since week 3, I believe.
He had his first touchdown of the season with Zach Charbonnet playing. That should not happen. We talk about this every week. He would be a top 10 running back if Zach Charbonnet
Kenneth
didn't
Walker drafters and Kenneth Walker fans have been screwed out of a potentially amazing season just because of how the Seahawks offense has been this year.
Yeah.
And the team has been this year. They have been screwed out of that.
Yeah. It's
100%.
terrible. It really is.
It's not terrible. Charbonnet, I think, is close to, if not dead last, at least close to last in efficiency this year. And they're still giving him every single goal line carry. Why?
He's a worse version of Tyler Algier.
Mhm.
That's simple. Simple as that. But the Falcons understand that they have one of the best running backs in the league. The Seahawks don't. And that's the main issue.
I don't understand how you don't.
It makes no sense.
They should honestly put a normal guy like us onto these. I genuinely, if they just hear what we're saying, like, how do you not know that? There are no way that there are stats or or schemes that will always tell you in every single situation to give Charbonnet the goal line. Like, why?
Yeah, it makes no
Why?
sense.
It's not even coming from a fantasy perspective. Why are you playing the worst running back? Like,
It's probably some sort of strategy thing that inevitably, like in the end, will not. It doesn't make sense. That being said, I've been saying this for probably about 3 or 4 weeks at this point. I think the Seahawks are making the Super Bowl. I understand Sam Darnold didn't look good this year or this week. It's either them or the Rams from the NFC, in my opinion. The Rams and Seahawks have both looked unbelievable. Obviously, Sam Darnold didn't look that good this week.
I think
but
the
he was-
Rams will just. I think the Rams will edge him out. I think that'll. I honestly could see that as an NFC Championship game. I think the Rams
I agree.
have a better offense and a better defense. So
Yeah, I agree. But you never really know what can happen.
no, you.
I'm
never-
sticking with my guess. I'm sticking with my pick of Chiefs Seahawks.
Hmm.
If the Chiefs make the playoffs. I think if the Chiefs make the playoffs, no matter what seed they are, they're making the Super Bowl. It's that Mahomes magic. It doesn't.
It's what they're 5-6.
They're 2 games out of the playoffs right now because the Jaguars have the last
right.
playoff spot. So they're 5-6, or yeah, 5-5, 5-5. They're 5-5. I keep thinking of the Giants who haven't had their bye this week or haven't had their bye yet. So the Chiefs are 5-5. The Jaguars are 6-4. The Jaguars beat the Chiefs, so they have the tiebreaker. So even if the Jaguars lose and the Chiefs win this week, the Jaguars still have the edge over them for the rankings.
It's too close. It really is too close.
Yeah. But yeah, if the Chiefs make the playoffs, I think they're going to go to the Super Bowl.
I hope not, but I
bet on it. So.
Moving on to bye week replacements.
So, I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm just going to say it now. My 2 bye week replacements, they were bye week. So it's Hodgins and Iosivas, but they were my bye week replacements before they were my waiver wire pickups. But they were too good to pass up on the waiver wire as well. So those are my 2 guys.
But that's the thing. Bye week replacements can be guys that you picked up on the waiver wire.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's not like we have to do 2 different people.
Yeah, exactly.
And I have one that talked about before, and that's Jacoby Brissett. Like I said, he's only rostered in 1/4 of leagues. If you need a quarterback, get him. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like he's one of these. I would say in scoring wise, he's like top 8 right now since he started.
Yeah.
So that's amazing. My other guy is David Montgomery. He's playing against. My reasoning is he's playing against the Giants. So if they go up enough, I think they're going to start using David Montgomery. But I also think that if even if it gets close, I think they'll all, because there's very specific game schemes where David Montgomery is used as the 1A 1B, and that's games where it's not really like a blowout, but it's also not like
Sonic and Knuckles.
You know what I mean? Like it kind of has to be that very specific because if it's a blowout, then they're gonna use David Montgomery, but they're not gonna give him scoring opportunities. Right. Or if it's too close, then they're gonna use Jahmyr Gibbs because he's obviously the better running back. So it's kind of that. I want to
point out, Jahmyr Gibbs did not look that good this week.
No, he did not.
No, the whole Lions team didn't. So I don't want to just put that on him, but he did not look good this week.
But again, he's playing the Giants, so I would start David Montgomery.
Ashton Genty had 7 rushing yards this week. That's like what? Like it's the Cowboys? What the hell are we doing?
I don't know. And if CeeDee Lamb would have caught one of those 3 touchdown targets, I would have won.
You can't even blame CD for your loss. He had a good game.
No, I can't.
Dak had a good game.
No, I'm not blaming either of them. I'm blaming Rachaad White. I'm blaming Ladd McConkey. I'm blaming
Sean Tucker.
Theo Johnson.
Sean Tucker. You started Theo Johnson this week?
Yeah, as my tight end.
With Jameis? If it was Dart, I would have been like, yeah, it's a good idea. James.
Well, it was either him or Dalton Schultz, and I didn't like Dalton Schultz.
Wasn't Hunter Henry there?
How many points did Hunter Henry get?
Like 9.
Yeah, okay. Theo Johnson got like 6.5. It still would not have won me the week. I mean, do you have anybody else? That's it for me.
No, that's all I got.
Well, this was a lot of rambling today, folks. So,
I mean, we have to keep you on your toes somehow.
we have to keep you on your toes. You got to expect everything. But
Yeah.
once again, thank you for joining us, everybody. Happy Sunday. Good luck this week, and we will see you next week.
For our live podcast, not live, but in-person podcast.
Yes, we'll be together. Yes.
With Colin, in-person podcast.
The reunion after the great separation of college.
Yes. It's only the third time we've done it.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a little
the
bit
third
of a
great
special
separation. Yeah. But I think Colin will come on as our guest, as our
Okay.
in-person guest.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's gonna be fun next week. I'm excited.
Awesome. Thank you for watching, everybody, and have a good week.
See ya.